In my defense, I did not know that the campaign was supposed to take place in prison, and the guard was my age. Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. I do apologize for my appearance. I am very tired right now, but I need to film a backlog of videos as I am going on vacation for quite a while over the summer, and I want to at least post some content even if it's not as much content as I would usually post. In this video, we are going to be ranking the D&D classes. These are just the main classes. Just a disclaimer that I only play 5th edition. I don't do 3.5. I definitely don't do, is it 2025? 2024? I don't know. Whatever the new one is, don't like it, but you can like it if you want to. It's just not for me. So I am judging these based off of 5th edition. I have been playing D&D for 6 years. I am both a player and a dungeon master. Unfortunately, I'm not actively in a campaign, but I have been in countless over the years. And yeah, we're just gonna rank the classes and have fun with that. If you end up enjoying this video, it would really mean the world to me if you would subscribe to help grow my channel. And I would absolutely love it if you let me know down in the comments what your favorite D&D class is to play, especially if it's one that I'm not a fan of. I would love to know why you like it. This is never me throwing shade at anyone else, just my personal preferences. So, our ranking system, themed dice. This class is so awesome that I have or really want themed dice for the class. Multiple characters, I either have or I would love to play multiple characters that are this class. Love for other players. I love having them on my team, but I would not personally want to play them. Not for me. Yeah, this class isn't really for me. Never. I do not want any encounter with this class at all. Probably none are actually going to end up there. So we're starting off with Barbarian. I've never played a Barbarian. I don't know, I prefer the whimsical classes. Barbarians are not for me. They're too smashy. Like, I'm sure I would have fun playing a Barbarian if I ever did, but I'm often stuck as the forever DM, so when I do actually play, there's a lot of other classes that I would prefer. Like Bard. I have themed dice for bards. I have a pin somewhere that says, I roll for seduction. I have derailed a campaign because I was a bard, to the point where we had to stop the campaign. In my defense, if the dungeon master had ever said, hey, Nico, stop. You're derailing my campaign, I would have been like, I am so sorry. I did not realize that. I will stop immediately. I did not know that the campaign was supposed to take place in prison, and the guard was my age. I don't know what else was expected from me. This was back when me and this group were new to playing together. We just weren't good at communication. And I just do want to clarify that if I was ever in a campaign where the dungeon master was like, hey, we need to stay in the prison for a bit, I'd be like, I gotcha. I will find it within my character to stay in the prison for a bit. Cleric? I love that for other players. I have never played a cleric, but I just feel like if I were to play someone who really worships a higher power, there are other classes that would intrigue me more. Love clerics for the party though, because I'm always the one doing dumb things and getting hurt. I am joking. Clerics are genuinely really cool. They're just not my specific niche for D&D characters. Druid. Honestly, I'm gonna put Druid in themed dice. I'm not sure if it should be in multiple characters or themed dice. I have played multiple Druids. I do technically have Druid themed dice. However, they were gifted to me by someone who I don't think even realized that they were Druid themed. But they are, and they're really awesome. And they're like metal, but like solid metal. So I do really love the way that they feel, so I do use them a lot. I don't think I've played Druid in quite a while, but it used to be one of my go-to classes. Granted, that was back when my friends and I didn't actually understand how D&D worked, but I thought they understood how D&D worked because they were all older than me, but they actually didn't, so I was learning how to play D&D wrong, and we got a lot of things about Druids wrong. So I don't think I've ever played a Druid properly, which I would love to do. Fighter. Okay, this is interesting because I never liked Fighter, but I'm gonna have to put Fighter in themed dice. About 2 years ago, I played my first ever fighter character, who was also a multi-class druid. So I guess it makes sense that druid was up there as well. There's a reason for the strange multi-class, I promise. And he was one of my favorite characters that I've ever played. It was actually kind of fun to just like stab things instead of cast spells. Yes, I know he's a druid also. There were reasons for why he didn't cast spells, I promise. It made sense. Monk? I've never played a monk. I've never played with a monk. So I'm gonna have to honestly put monk in never. That seems harsh though. But I've never seen the intrigue in monks. I just feel like if you want to punch things, why not be a barbarian and punch things even harder? That might just be my personal flair for whimsy once again, which is why fighter is so weird that I actually started enjoying being a human fighter. Like, where did that come from? That is not my usual anything. Paladin. Okay, so this is kind of what I was talking about with the cleric. I'm gonna put paladin in multiple characters. I've never played a paladin, but I would really love to, actually. I think having such like a clear goal for your character, being like, I am going to like uphold this oath that I made, even if it's the last thing I do. And then honestly, like, broken oath? Oh, the angst. Oh, you're not supposed to form attachments, but then you do form an attachment and then you break your oath because of it. Give that to me. Give that to me now. But I do think in order to play a paladin, I would want to be in a very advanced group, both with players and with a dungeon master. And like I said, I am usually the dungeon master because I often find myself playing with new players. And I would not want to play a paladin with new players or an inexperienced dungeon master, so I've just never actually had the opportunity to play one. But I would love to. Ranger? I feel like I should have put something in between multiple characters and love for other players. Because what if it's just like, maybe I'd play a ranger? I guess I'll put it for love for other players. I don't think I've played a ranger. I might have one time as like an NPC for some new players because I wanted them to have like an NPC guide at the beginning so that they didn't like derail everything while they were still, you know, learning how to play. I just kind of feel like if I'm gonna be connected with nature, I'd rather be able to turn into animals. But I do really love archery, so I do see the appeal. I just think I would end up choosing a different class. But if I ever had to play a ranger, I'd be fine. Rogue goes above druid in themed dice. I actually love rogues so much. I've actually played a rogue bard. Not sure how that worked. Somehow I kind of made it work. Would not recommend though. However, just a PSA, if you're gonna play a rogue, play them properly, okay? Rogues' entire personalities are not stab random people and rob everyone you see. Let me ask you, why are you doing that? Why are you robbing people? And if you say it's what my character would do, you are out of my campaign. That is my like one rule in D&D, is that if I ask you why does your character do that, you have to be able to tell me. It can be really simple. It can be so simple. Like, my rogue did not have any money growing up, and he just like developed this instinct to like rob any wealthy person that he saw, and he doesn't know how to shake that instinct. That is a perfect answer. Unfortunately, stealing people is a little more complicated, so it had to be a little more complicated. But like, for example, if you go into a library and you pick up a book on archery, and I say, hey, why do you do that? Oh, my character has always really admired archery. Boom, perfect. But if you just say, oh, it's what my character would do. Why is it what your character would do? That's a little pet peeve of mine. I feel like you should know why your character is doing things. It doesn't have to be complicated, but you should know. So rogues, next time you want to unalive someone, next time you want to steal from someone, why? Why are you doing it? And if it's because you like shiny things, why do you like the shiny things? Where did that come from in your past? Sorcerer. Okay. I'm gonna have to put that in multiple characters because I have actually played multiple sorcerers. It's no longer one of my favorite classes. I think it still kind of belongs there because it used to be my favorite, but spells are freaking complicated and I prefer, I don't know, being more dramatic about things. Speaking of which, we have a warlock. I am honestly putting the warlock in between rogue and druid in themed dice. Have I ever played a warlock? No. However, once again, that is because if I want to play a warlock, I want to play one in a very experienced group, preferably that I've played with before, because I have this whole idea for this warlock character, and she's really cool. Honestly, I think she would work best in something like Gilded Thrones. Check that out, Bards of New York. It's super awesome. It's like D&D, but it's different, and you also play other people's connections, because I would really want this warlock girl to have an older sister, and also have her patron, who is a succubus demon. And it's this whole thing, okay? It's this whole like toxic doomed Yuri thing. And I love it so much. I haven't planned too much because I would want to actually plan this out like with the Dungeon Master and whoever would be playing her older sister. But basically, like, you know how toxic relationships are. Like, she keeps like being like, okay, I'll leave, and then she doesn't. And also, this is where her power comes from, so there's a whole nother like level of everything. I want to play her so bad. Maybe next year. Maybe I can play her next year. Or the year after that. I don't know. Wizard. Okay, I have played wizards before. I'm gonna put that in between paladin and sorcerer in multiple characters. I just feel like right now I'm more into the edgy classes, if you couldn't tell from my themed dice tier. But wizards are really cool, but they're just not for me right now. So, Artificer. I have never played one. I've never been in a campaign with one. I don't understand them. They're not in the player's handbook. Where did they come from? Let me like look up a brief description of one. So they like infuse magic into items. I guess I'll put that in love for other players. I don't know. That doesn't sound like my thing, but that honestly sounds really cool. So this is my final ranking. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing or liking the video. And if you want to go above and beyond, you could share the video and copy that link to your dashboard. You don't even have to send it anywhere for YouTube to understand that you enjoy my content and help push it out more, which greatly helps me and the channel. Don't forget to comment below what you think of all these classes and what is your favorite D&D class to play. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one.